Hello, welcome back to the channel.
So we're going to put a special video together, and we've been following this pod of orca around for a whole year now. Yeah. We were coming down here this morning. It's been a bit quiet for a few days here in Orkney, so we thought we'll put this video together and we'll talk about how we've been following Busta and the 65s around for a whole year. Yeah. And then just as we got to the end, guess who Charlotte saw? Busta's huge fin rising up from just down there. So we're going to be running around all day now following Busta. Well, he's actually with two other bulls. He's with Sunday and another bull that looks like Sunday. So yeah, we're probably not going to be doing this video today, but we just thought it'd be a funny intro. We've literally just seen the orca we were going to do this video about, and it's just amazing. We've been following them around for so long. It's
just been incredible. We'll have this encounter to add into the video later on, which will be really
it's the 20th of December now, and
2025.
Yeah, we had them this time last year as well, in December in Orkney, so it's a full year, and it's just been incredible. So it's so typical. The other day when we started to film this video and Busta pops up right in front of us just as we was about to do an intro for it. It's just typical of that happening. But the year actually started off right where we are at Orkney in 2024 December, and it's when we started seeing Busta. I think one of the first sightings was actually, it might have been him way in the distance over there at Stanger Head.
Yeah, he was hugging Flotter heading north. He was feeding off Stanger Head for ages and he was heading up north.
I think in that month we had a fair few distance sightings of Busta and the 65s in Orkney throughout December. Yeah. But we also had a really good one with him off Rurwick, which is up off the north, way further up that way. But yeah, they were going, they looked like they were going to go offshore, and then all of a sudden they turned back towards us on the rocks and they went through the string.
And it was perfectly calm, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was really nice.
I think they ended up going past Kirkwall Bay, possibly, and as usual around this time of year we were losing the light.
But at that point, that was probably the best that we'd ever seen Busta and the 65s, because up until that point we've just always been like distant sightings, and we've really struggled to get, like, the weather's always been against us, and struggled to get like good encounters with him. As you might have seen on one of our previous videos, we spent a long time attempting to get a good sighting of Busta and the 65s.
They're always a really distant fin, or in complete darkness, or horrendous weather, or all of them at once.
Yeah, so that was like the first time we properly got a good encounter. We're like, oh yes, we've properly seen him. We were really over the moon.
Yeah, but since then he has been like the main pod this year has been Busta and the 65s for a whole year.
Yeah.
A good chunk of our sightings for 2025 are them guys, and we have him to thank for us getting up to 52 days so far of orca. We've got today where we're hoping to see some orca, and then it's Christmas Eve tomorrow, so we're heading back in the morning. But
he is around somewhere as well, because we saw him only a couple of days ago. So whether we get another extra sighting of him would be great just before the end of the year, but we'll see.
So our first sighting of Busta and the 65 this year, after we saw them in Orkney last December, was in March. I'm pretty sure, other than him popping up in Orkney in January, it was the first time he'd popped back up somewhere.
Yeah.
We're actually on the Isle of Skye looking for John Cone Aquarius. We saw a notification of orca close in,
heading south
in Wick somewhere.
Yeah.
We thought it's either going to be the 27s or the 65s, because I think they're really close in at Sinclair Bay. So we thought, let's just go for it. It's going to be one of the regular pods.
Yeah, and it was about 5.5 hours away. We were 5.5 hours away, so we were trying to judge whether or not, if they kept going south, if we could like meet them.
And yeah, it took us, like Charlotte said, about 5-6 hours or whatever it was. We arrived at about 5 o'clock. I think we had light till 7.
Yeah.
Just as we had arrived at Badby, about half an hour later, there he was, Busta, coming round the headland.
I think it might be Busta.
And they actually milled in front of us. They weren't super close, but they were close enough to see who it was. And yeah, it was Busta in the 65s, and
they just milled
around.
They were
milling around and feeding until we lost the light, and they were still just in the same area. We tried again the next morning, but they must have moved off somewhere because we didn't see them. And then a lot of May and June time, they were actually down in Northumberland.
Yeah, which is my home area, so I would have loved to have seen them over there. But there've been quite a few pods that have been hanging around the Farne Islands and further offshore. And we saw a video, and one of them was Busta.
One was Busta, yeah, in the 65s. I think some of the 27s were down there as well. Some of the 15s were down there at some point.
Yeah.
So it seems to be that time of year, a lot of the pods go down to the Farne Islands, and so far they seem to be quite a lot more offshore, but hopefully in the future they might come closer in and you can see them from land as well.
Yeah, I mean, they were seen off the tourist boats, which don't go really far out. So it just means hopefully they're getting a bit closer.
Just a little bit too far to see from land, I think.
Yeah,
but you never know. Next year might be different.
Yeah, I'd love to see them in England.
And then part of May and June we had incredible encounters with not only Busta in the 65s, but he was going around with 3 members of the 27s pod as well, Bull 72, 73 and 153.
Yeah.
And they were crawling around Moray, Aberdeen, Caithness, and we got some of our favourite footage we've ever got of orca, where they were hunting seals really close to a bay just south of Fraserburgh, and it's some of the favourite footage we've ever taken. You can see, because it was so shallow, you could see their full bodies, and they were chasing the seals through the kelp, and they eventually got the seal, and there was lots of blood, and
yeah,
it was sad to watch for the seal, but it's also incredible to watch them guys hunting in action. And
with the pale sand underneath, they really showed up against like the turquoise water. It was just unbelievable.
And there was days around that, the days and weeks around it, we were following them, and we were getting really close encounters close to the shore along mainland Scotland. So it's extra special, I think, when you see them on the mainland. It is crazy.
It is.
And yeah, we actually followed them into the night as well, so we got them at, I think, a couple of minutes past midnight the one night, so we were trying to get them in night vision and dodgy videos on our phone, and it was a crazy time over summer. It was
because the light,
incredible.
It just is pretty much light all the time, so yeah, we were following the pods throughout the night and then having a couple of hours sleep and then doing it the next day, and it was just absolutely incredible.
Then in July time, we met up with Busta and the 65s in Shetland.
Yep.
Was the next place they popped up, and guess what? We were there. So yeah, we had a few amazing encounters with him while we were over there, and one that stood out, we had them off Bista, and we had them for over an hour, and they were literally just going back and forth at our feet.
Amazing. The females were so close in, hunting. They looked like they were gonna go away, like swim out the bay, then all of a sudden they'd turn around and they'd come back, and every time they went off you think, oh, then that's it. They came back and just kept coming back. It was
for a while
incredible.
It was just the females doing all the action, and then all of a sudden Busta turned up out of nowhere, late to the party, robbing all the food that the females had gone and got. But it was just, being so close to them for so long was just incredible. You could hear their blows, and you could look into their eyes basically, and it was just mind-blowing, really.
It was amazing.
And to think you can have them sort of encounters in Scotland, whether it's mainland Scotland, Orkney, Caithness, Shetland, like, it's just mind-blowing, really.
It is. I mean, they gave us the runaround on some of those encounters on Shetland. There was one day that we were running up and down the coast, and we actually, at the very end of the day, we were rewarded with an encounter it was off Lunnakirk. We were standing on a rock and they came straight past. I was standing above and saw I'm sore. I was standing above, and Nick and our friend Darren were right below, and they swam right past us, and it was just absolutely incredible.
There was another one off No Ness as well, which was also just as we was losing the light, but then it was a lot later than it is now. Now we lose the light at about 2:30, 3 o'clock. Then I think it was about 10:30, 11 o'clock. We had them off a cliff to ourselves, and that was incredible as well. And yeah, so we caught them up in Shetland in July.
Yeah.
Busta. Darren.
Whoa! Right there.
This video is probably going to be a bit jumbled. We had planned on doing it from a few different locations, but it's been that crazy with orca in November and December. We've run out of time now. It's Christmas Eve, we're going to lose the light, and we wanted this video out before the end of the year.
Yeah, so
we're going to do the rest of it now. So yeah, pretty much August and September was so quiet. It's so quiet for orca in general across the whole of Scotland. So Busta didn't make an appearance then.
No.
The next time he did was October. We actually got them 2 days in a row on Caithness.
Yes, and Caithness itself hadn't had orca for quite a while as well. It had a bit of a dry
3 months,
spell.
I think it was, over the summer. So
he showed up,
and we were there.
Also were there.
We was actually up looking for John Cohen Aquarius. They'd been seen on the east, and then just as we turned up, Busta, the 65s, and some of the 27s again, Bull 72, and his 2 girls.
Yeah.
Going down the coast, and we managed to get 2 days of them, which was yeah, once again incredible. And we just happened to be in the same place that he popped up when he was next seen. And then after that it was of course November, where Orkney has just started this absolute fire of being an amazing place for orca, pretty much daily since the beginning, or probably the end of October, beginning of November.
Yeah.
There's been orca here pretty much every day.
The 65s have absolutely loved it here, but also other pods as well. There's been a lot of different pods, and pods that we don't know as well, which has just been amazing. They've been mingling in with all the different pods.
It's just been incredible. So other than days where it's been really bad weather, they have honestly just been sighted like every day, so they will have probably been here as well. Yes. When the weather's bad, it's just people aren't seeing them because the conditions are horrendous. But
yeah, I mean, we have followed Busta and 72. He was here.
Well, we followed him today, to be honest.
Yeah, no, we did. But back in November, sorry, it was a really horrendous day. It was probably the worst weather we've ever followed orca in, and we followed their pod pretty much all the way around.
From Hoxha all the way to Kirkwall, and then the next morning we picked them up off Yesnaby. We tried to sort of predict where they'd turn up, and first thing we picked them up again. Then we followed them through Stromness all the way back down the flow and ended up back at Hoxha and Borwick, where we got them, picked them up the morning the day before. So it was a full 24 plus hours of Busta and the 65s going around the whole of Orkney mainland.
It was amazing.
So throughout November we was following them all the time, and then December, which is now, we've had them again throughout the month, and literally today we have had them just as we're leaving, the 24th of December. I think we'd done another video which we'll insert now, which was an encounter that at the time we thought might have been our last one of the trip. It was a couple of days ago, so we'll pause this for a second and show you that video. This is actually where one of our most recent and really good encounters with Busta was the other day. Yeah, as we said, it's currently the end of December. We're hoping for it to happen again, but the weather's a lot more
it's a bit miserable.
awful today. But yeah, it was him and Sunday, both from the 64s. They were in really close, hugging the shore all afternoon, and it's where Sunday flipped that seal into the sky. It must have gone about
12
easily. Well, I think more than that. Probably at least 20 foot in the air. Like it was
really high.
Crazy. And then they were feeding right in that bay over there for a good probably 20 odd minutes, and then they slowly come past where I was stood, which was down on them rocks somewhere. Charlotte was running along here.
I ran along here.
Yeah, it was. I think it was definitely the best encounter we've had on this trip while we've been up towards the end of December.
Yeah, absolutely.
And what a way to finish a year off, following them for like literally a whole year, over the span of a year. It's been
amazing.
Crazy to just go everywhere this pod has been.
Yeah.
It's just like
be there when they turn up at these places. Like even the encounter we had on the mainland, where mainland hadn't had a sighting for ages, then all of a sudden we're there and they're there as well. It was just amazing. That
one area which was Northumberland at the beginning of the year, it was around April or May time, that we didn't catch them, and they were just offshore as well, so even if we were in that area, unless you go out on a boat, you're not going to see them. So
that was the only place that we
did see Busta and Sunday again yesterday, which is the day after this encounter.
Yes.
But they were just very distant.
Yeah, just mid-flow, just too far away for the whole day, just didn't really come in close. But
yeah, and we've got today and tomorrow, and then it's Christmas Eve and we're heading back home, so we're trying to see them probably one more time before we head off. So we'll see if we do, but as you can see, the weather isn't on our side. No. So we'll do our best. All these encounters that we've had with Busta and the 65s, all the full encounters are either already on our channel or they'll be coming up soon, which will be all these Orkney ones that have completely bumped the year up for us. We're on 51 days of orca now for this year.
This year alone, which is absolutely insane.
And a good half of that has come from November and December in Orkney. So and Busta.
Yeah, Busta has been our saviour this year.
So yeah, you can go and check them ones out if you want. So yeah, after that, which is now, and we followed them again today, you know, with the 64s. We saw Busta and the 65s a bit further out, and then all of a sudden Sanday and the 64s popped up right in front of us at Hobbister. So we've been following them around all day, and it's just been incredible. Full year of following Busta and the 65s, pretty much wherever he's popped up, apart from Northumberland.
And he's given us just some amazing encounters that